Well, it's like any other regatta. You have to prepare well. You have to get a lot of good people around you. And so we've done that. And we've been working through a lot of the issues that we've found with being so far offshore. Communication and the conditions. We've been looking closely at that. So it's been a lot of preparation work, but most of it has only really begun as far as the racing area is concerned in the last week or 2 weeks. Well, on the chart here from Buriana, which is right here, Buriana comes out to about here and down into Gandia. So we've got an area like this that we can put our race course anywhere in there to suit the conditions of the day. Well, timing's not an issue. We just have to make, we now know that if we're going to be out there for a 10 or a 10:30 start, that we've got to leave here at between 7 and 7:30 in the morning and go to the race course area that we think is the best place for the day based on the information that we can compile on the weather. And we'll go off and go out, get everything set up, and we would start when we're supposed to start. Winter, for a start, it's cold. It's the wind chill factor out there is very low, and on a day when the air temperature's around the 12 or 14, the wind chill is down by 5. Here in winter hasn't made it easy, and of course that follows on to like the weather conditions where the winds have been or traditionally are quite different to what would be, and they're unpredictable. Basically, the guys have found it hard to get predictions which are giving us exactly what they think is going to happen. So I think that we've got those issues to deal with on a day-to-day basis, but you have to just go there and do it. Well, we're working with 12 of our own boats, but we're also in negotiations with other authorities, the local, the law enforcement authorities, to assist us to keep the area as clear as possible. And so to that end, we're looking forward to that cooperation and assistance. But for us personally, no, that's we're more concerned with keeping the immediate areas clear around the start and around the buoys and certainly around the race boats. So, but the further assistance is going to come from law enforcement authorities. Well, I think first of all, anybody who's contemplating going out there needs to be sure that their boat is certified to go out past 5 miles, because a lot of the course area is way beyond that. In fact, it goes out into the international waters. So boats that are not certified for that are likely to have the law enforcement on top of them to looking for that authorisation they might have. So, and I mean, even the team boats have all got to conform. So any spectator boat or hospitality boat must conform to those regulations, which are the local Spanish regulations. So that's the first issue, is that anyone contemplating that needs to be well prepared if they're going to attempt to come out there. After that, around the starting area, it's going to be a fairly big area that's going to be closed off, because these boats need a lot of room to manoeuvre. No one's seen 2 of these boats work together yet, so we're anticipating having to keep quite a big area clear, and hopefully we do get that right the first time, because the first time we're going to see 2 together is in the first race. So we've got to be mindful of trying to get that right. I think the people have got to abide by the instructions that may be given on the water by either our patrol boats or law enforcement boats, And I think beyond that, they should also be listening on VHF, and we're going to hopefully keep communication on Channel 77. We hope to do that because although we're a long way, it can be a long way offshore, those in the near vicinity of us should still be able to pick up any instruction we might have. So that's going to be quite important for people to be aware of, is to keep your radio on, listen out for any instruction that may be given. Because the main thing with these boats is they travel so fast and they are not as manoeuvrable as a monohull boat. If you get in the way, you're likely to get run over. And that's the last thing that we want to see happen is some form of an accident. So the people have got to, anybody going out there has got to follow the guidelines that are being issued by people on the water and whatever they see through the media that we're going to, that we want to get out there, and certainly via this sort of channel as well. The umpires are well aware that that their job to keep up is not going to be easy, and we know from our experience in chasing after these boats that it's going to be challenging, as it is for anyone that's going to be trying to keep up with these boats. And when I say anyone, I mean those who are authorised to do that, which is basically following these boats will only be the first response chase boat of that team, the backup chase boat for that team, their tender, the umpire, and one of our ribs, which is the communications boat for communications to the race boat, back to myself, and the likelihood of a Guardia Civil boat. That's all that's going to be following the yachts. There's a work in progress for what we may allow flag boats to do, and we're looking seriously at how we can give them a little bit more time with the boats in the race course, but it's going to be fairly limited. So that's a work in progress. We're working towards that. But as far as anyone else is concerned, no, the law enforcement will keep them out of there. There's a big learning curve here for everybody. And so the one thing going for us is that we know Valencia. That's about the one thing that goes for us. Here in the winter that's different because the weather is a little more challenging. But as far as the boats and that are concerned, yeah, that's something that we're learning with every day that we go out with them. And we're seeing things a little different and a little more clearer as we talk to the sailors and we watch the boats and we try and keep up with them in what they do. So there's a lot of challenges in there for us, and like as you say, 32nd, yes, there was an awful lot of lead up time to that with all the acts and all the rest of it. There's nothing on this one. We have to do it on the first day and do it right, and that is for us a challenge. Well, I mean, my relationship to both Russell and Brad, and not just them, but a lot of the other boys out there on the boats, goes back probably 30 years for when most of them were sailing junior boats. And so how do I deal with that? I have a job to do, they have their jobs to do. And on any given day, I'll guarantee the three of us do not agree. And if that be the case, that's fine. We will beg to differ on those occasions. And but once it's all over, it's done. But we have a job to do, and although the three of us are all on different sides of a fence, we will do the jobs the best we can, and we'll look for the best solution to how we achieve our own personal part of those jobs to achieve them. So to me that's not difficult, and I have a job to do, and I'll do it. And if either one of them doesn't like it, well, he'll tell me, and but then once that's done, it's done, and we get back to the friendships that we had in the past. I don't think that's an issue. Well, I know them very well, and I know how they operate, They know how I operate. So it's that simple, really.